Hey, good morning. Welcome to the AI Auto Trader. We're back in the saddle. It's a long weekend, hangover Tuesday. Welcome aboard. Giving the AI Auto Trader a run for the money this morning. Trying to wake it up. Steve, good morning. Welcome aboard. Had a couple of things here this morning, trying to get rolling. Awesome. Afternoon. Oh boy, how about that? That's a different way of looking at things.
Or
Got the AI Auto Trader here showing show a little bit of what we're doing today, hoping to make a little bit of money in this market. Steve, are you a client? We had quite a few people join us over the weekend. Really excited to have some more new clients, and thank you everybody who joined us with the lifetime membership. Really looking forward to seeing if we can join together to make this product better and better over time. Look forward to your guys' input. So feel free to drop us a line in Discord and mention any setups that you see that work better than what we're doing. That's usually what I ask. If someone says, "Hey, did you do that?" I say, "Oh yeah, give it a try and let us know how it goes." So we'll all of us will do continuous R&D and make this thing something really sweet.
order submitted.
Yes, you can definitely have multiple screens. Definitely, Steve. Yep, that should work out fine for you. All right, good morning, guys. Getting rolling here. I was just kind of scanning over the market to see where to go hunting. So kind of what I do to get the morning started, just kind of peel back a little bit of the action over the weekend and see what's been happening. Looks like the the NQ is still going up. Let's go. Keep it going. Keep throwing fuel on that fire, guys. Let's go. Awesome. Scott, good morning. Oh, it got a little early start on it. Got an early start on the Monday morning blues, I guess. I don't even know. I think there was trading yesterday, but I'm not sure because I thought I saw Charles put a message in Discord. I didn't think there was any trading tomorrow, but there might have been. I didn't participate yesterday. We usually no, not usually. We follow the stock market, the New York stock market. So if they're closed, we're closed. That's kind of our calendar. We follow their calendar. So today it looks like the lead dog coming out of the gate was.
Order submitted.
I was off and on this morning, so if you guys had your system set up and turned on, I think before 5, you're probably looking at the gold. Rory and Sergio said their gold signal B was the lead dog this morning. I got the B bot here, but the drone I don't know
Order
where it
canceled.
ended up, but I think that one's the lead dog. Looks like black gold's in this one. I tell you, this black gold has been hot. Um, we're looking at data. This one, this has been probably our most consistent strategy almost over the last month. This one right here, and I've never traded it. Well, I take that back. I've put some accounts on it before. Rue usually trades this one. Rue's usually with us this morning. Rue's on a safari. Rue's from India. He joins us usually every morning, first thing. Appreciate Rue's loyalty. He won the A Auto Challenge on Friday. Him and Toby. Toby got 6 in a row. Like, I'm not kidding. All right, Rory Powers in the ring. Uh, Toby got 6 in a row. So he's got six Amazon
Order
gift cards
filled.
in a row. And he feels so bad about it. He's like, man, I should come over to Miami Beach and go hang out. Toby's coming over. Oh, we had a cool weekend out here at Miami Beach, though. We had the air show. We had the full force of the American military on guard on the coast this weekend. It was awesome. I got to see some of the old equipment that I used to mess with. So when I was right out of high school, I went into the Army, served 4 years. But when I first went in, I went over to Germany for 2 years, and I was able to work with the Patriot missiles. And they were on display here down in Miami Beach on the weekend. So it was really cool to get to see the old hardware and the new hardware. That was neat. So we had the Patriots, the Stryker, and the Javelin were our air defense missiles that I worked for. I just did I did electronics, so I've kind of been an electronics I'll call it nerd for a long time. That's what I like to mess with. Well, I like to automate stuff, so that's what I used to do in the factories after that is, work with robots and automation equipment. So that's why like auto trading's kind of my favorite. We want to figure out how to pull money out of the market every day consistently. So that's our mission. And it ain't easy because they're constantly trying to trip us up and take our money too. Everybody's trying to trip us up and take our money.
Order filled.
All right, we got a good one going on the haymaker right now. I think it's time to deploy it. So kind of want to welcome the new people. Anybody who's just joined us over the weekend, welcome to the AA Auto Trader. Want to kind of just show you a little bit of the basics of how I use the system and the kind of the best way that I've seen to leverage the Auto Trader with the trade copier. Kind of just give you a little bit of the kind of around the screen of what I'm looking at today, though, is got kind of the these are our strategies, each one of these. So each one of these are a different strategy, robot, bot, whatever term you want to use. Each one of these has their own set of parameters that differentiate when they jump in the market, and then once they're in the market, how they handle themselves. So it's a different kind of set of parameters, each one of them. And we try to move around the parameters to get it to be just right, like I mentioned, so we can kind of take a little bit of money out of the market every day. And so these settings are very important and critical that they're correct or right or the same as the spreadsheet, right? That's our model that we use is the Excel spreadsheet that has the settings in them. That's really the playbook. And if you ever wonder, about a strategy, always go back or refer to that the playbook. And let me just bring the playbook up as this haymaker just takes a swing over here. That was a good one to jump in. So some people that trade the system or first get it, they're like, hey, I'm down on 10 50 strategies, whatever.
Order
Yeah,
filled.
they do. They lose. They definitely lose. And the idea to deploy them, when the market's hot, like this right here, this thing's
Order filled.
this is a nice movement right here. Good pullback on the NQ. So the playbook, though, that we want to use for all the strategy settings is the spreadsheet.
Order filled.
as that's a nice trailing stop strategy right there. This one's my favorite. It's the
Bill.
Haymaker. It's a 30 range on the NQ, so it's on a market that moves significant movements, and we've got the risk to
Order
reward
filled.
set at about a 4 to 1. It's about a 3.8 to 1, I think, is the actual number.
Order
Um, but when it gets rolling, it's up 515 on my machine. That's another thing to note.
filled. Order submitted.
These are contracts that we're all buying at the same time, and there's only a certain amount for sale at that certain price. So we're doing market orders, and so we want to jump
Order
in
filled.
when the system's hot. So we take market orders, and when you get filled, you'll get filled at different prices, and the prices are, they call it slippage. It's
Order
I'll get
filled.
1 at this price, and then 5 at this price, and 2 at the next price. So it matters significantly when have a target and one of them
Filled.
hits the target but the other one doesn't, and it comes back and makes a winner. That drastically changes the the profit number that we all see. So directionally these numbers will be close, but they won't be exact. You'll even watch today when I take 10 contracts, I'll get, who knows? It's just random numbers, but maybe I'll get filled on 3 contracts at a certain price and then 7 at the other. So that's just a way of trading futures. You're buying contracts that are for sale, and you're selling contracts. So we're all buying and selling contracts is the term that we use in futures. So this is the leaderboard today, this morning. Again, I started at
Order filled.
well, I've been off and on.
Order
On
submitted.
Friday, I flipped over, I think it was seven accounts, evals to PAs. So when you do that, you have to disable the communication over here, and then re-enable it to go out and get fresh data from Rhythmic. So I did that a couple of times this morning.
Order submitted.
All right, so let me show you the spreadsheet. I want to show the spreadsheet real quick. All right, Stefan. Got some good ones up there. Yeah, that's what Rory was saying. He said that his gold was running off too. I had a late start, unfortunately. So mine don't quite show what yours guys is do exactly this morning from the early one. Missed a few of those trades this morning on my machine here. Kevin, welcome. All right, guys, let's go. I'm gonna try to make some money and have some fun here. So wanted to just quickly show the kind of the playbook of where we keep all the settings. That way, if you're new to us and we kind of wondering how we kind of what our MO is we use this this spreadsheet. I'll bring over Discord real quick. So this is our Discord channel, and in this channel right here, the software updates channel, you can kind of scroll up, and I'm move it to the bottom again because it gets moved down as we put new data in. This is the data that we do an average of 4 or 5 machines, 3 machines, whatever we have available of good data for the week. We do an average of our 3, 4, 5, whatever machines we have, and put that back here in Discord for you guys to look at, just to validate again, directionally on your machines. Are those numbers, somewhat in alignment? Even just so you know, even if we use 3 machines, sometimes we'll have variations of someone will be down 200, someone will be up 400, someone will be up 1,000. It's like, huh? And but that's unfortunately the reality. When we go through trade by trade and look at them, we're like, wow, look at that. That one made it, and this one stopped out. So it's kind of a little bit random, but directionally, these are the numbers that we get. So, and then this spreadsheet right here is the playbook with all the settings for every strategy that we have. So this is the the 1 day pass. This is what we're going to use today to trade. We're going to try to flip over some evals, and we'll add some PAs in there to try to move the needle a little bit. But so this one, these are the settings that we're gonna shoot for to make some money on those evals.
Order submitted.
Okay, great. So let's Kevin, way to go. CL 1 day pass. Congratulations, man. That's fun. This is fun. And I didn't even think about doing these 1 day passes until like way later. I've been trading the haymaker forever on this thing. And so really excited to do that and get something that's, that's useful, right? A tool that's useful. And that's what I say. It's a tool that's useful. It's not a tool that's perfect. That's the one thing I gotta always step on my, that we're as transparent as possible. This is a tool. It's not an oracle. I had a friend that was an oracle. Yeah, way to go, Kevin. Super proud of you. I want to show you guys how I do it too, and Kevin probably did a similar process. I'll use kind of you guys' perspective of when you get the software. This is just how I move my screens around. I move them in 100 different ways, but for the live, I found that this kind of layout works for me for this. So the control center for the NinjaTrader is this one over here. And all these things are flexible, that they can just be, moved around on your screen or whatever. And someone asked in Discord, I believe, or maybe it was in this chat early. Oh, right there it is. Steve was wondering if you could, take a chart and move it over to another monitor. The answer is yes. It all works totally fluid and no issues. So you'd be in good shape with that. And so these are the NinjaTrader charts that we have, and what we focus on, mostly on the chart is the account. So that's and it's really just for feedback, just so you know. You don't need any chart to trade the auto trader. That kind of blew my mind when Sergio told me that. But you don't need any charts open. You don't need any charts at all to trade the auto trader, which is mind blowing. All you need is these down here, all the settings. All we need is the settings to actually to trade it, and it'll just produce the numbers. But the chart's there for really our entertainment, which is kind of funny. Really not only entertainment, but training it and validating that it's working properly, and all those other things. But the interesting part is it doesn't need it. And the way the chart, you kind of see what's going on here. This is it entered a trade automatically, and it entered a short trade. And I have a sound alert on this cross. So this is our cross indicator is what we call it. It's the entry, really the entry signal. And the cross is the entry signal where the auto trader is going to go ahead and jump in at for you. And I have a little sound enabled as soon as it gets in position where it's got the perfect trade setup. That's really an indication that it's got the perfect trade setup for an entry. So that's kind of the noise that was going on there. That said that it was a good time to take a trade is what it thought.
Order filled. Order submitted.
So these are the charts. I've just got a couple of them up here. This one is running on the NQ, and you can, change the instruments. You can change the data series here. So we've been running this one on the NQ 30 range chart. Kind of that's the little bit of what this one is. This is the stop loss target, and then this is the profit target. So we're trying. This is price. The blue indicator there is actual price that people are trading for that contract right now. They're trading that price, and people are willing to pay a little bit more, and then a little bit less, and a little bit more. Just as the exchange goes on, and the data was sensing that it was going low, and it did. It went a little bit low. It moved the stop down. It's risking, it looks like maybe $100 on this trade now. It's tightened up its risk as it took the trade. So it's still trying to go low. It does have a bit of a support line here to try to push through too. But every trade won't be a winning trade. That's what we mentioned, is that we have about on this haymaker, I think it's on the full haymaker, I believe it's about a 3.5 to 1. So we looks like we're at about 315 on the haymaker. Hey Kevin, what did you use? Oh yeah, use the CL. Okay. Yeah, use the CL to pass. $50K. Yeah, those 50Ks are fun.
Order filled.
Looks like we got some really good movement, even in the YM this morning. Got the Dow making a couple of moves, it looks like. The Dow Diamond 1 day pass, making its way up the leaderboard. Looks like a decent opportunity for a short roll here coming up on the NQ. We got the, all right, we're looking at rolling into the 10 o'clock here coming up. Anybody want to do the AI Auto Challenge, you're welcome to put a strategy in the chat there that you think might win. What we do is at 10 o'clock, I reset all these. They all go to 0, and then between 10 and 11-ish, whenever I look and it's like 11 or 11:05 or whatever the number is, we'll kind of take a look and see which one's the leader, and if anybody picked that one to be the lead dog, we'll send you a $25 Amazon gift card. Toby won 6 in a row, just so everybody knows. He picked the haymaker on Friday, and he knocked out another one. Him and Rue has been with us since day one. Rue's been with us since day one. They both won on Friday. I'm going to go ahead and deploy that NQ 1 day pass, NQ 30 range 1 day pass right here, this haymaker. Okay, good. We've been naming these 30 range haymaker 1 day pass, 50K 1 day pass. Let's go. Let's get this one deployed. So the way we deploy a strategy on these prop accounts over here. So give you kind of a little bit of the lay of land of what this is. This is a trade copier. This is the Replicanto by Flowbots. It's a really kind of simple piece of software. Once you get it loaded, this is the one screen that it has. And really the only things that I changed were the instrument here, and then what account that I want to be the leader. So in this case, I'm going to use 120 there, and 120 we're going to go to 121, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So we'll do 5 accounts. on this one. And now over here in my control center, make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, you can barely see it right there next to me. We're gonna disable it. Uncheck that box. I'm gonna right mouse click on it, not left. I know it's weird. I'm gonna go to edit strategy. Oh wow, we're gonna get this trade if we can get in here. We go down here to the bottom to the accounts, and we now change it to that account that we want to be the leader.
Order filled.
We just had a flurry of activity. We have a informational message that we share with you that was a huge burst of volume, and we don't participate when that volume gets that big sometimes. So that's what that was. It becomes a little too erratic to really make a sound decision on which way we think that price is headed. So we let you know that, hey, we're not taking that trade. So what this is I just now changed my account to that number. So the next time this strategy gets all of its indicators in the correct position, it will then take the trade. So this is the instrument that I'm trying to get in a trade on, and unfortunately I kind of missed this one. This is the the trade that I was going to try to jump in on, and maybe I'll even get another entry, hopefully, going short too. So this strategy we have only so it'll take directions in the line of the 50. So only will it take a trade if the trade's going short right now because the 50's red. This dark solid line is our 50 moving average, and we say, hey, don't take a trade unless you're in alignment. So now I'm going to take this long trade actually. So now that price pushed up really quick and moved that 50 green, and our we now moved this Laguerre, this RSI line in the Laguerre indicator down here. We moved that to right out of the red. So let me see what's hoping to get in that trade right there. For some reason we didn't get in, and I want to just kind of look and see what see if anybody got in it.
Order submitted.
Yeah, I guess we didn't get in time there.
Order submitted.
We'll get the next entry, hopefully. Take a closer look at it here. Yep, everything looks right. So the next cross, we should get an entry on that one, and not only that one, it'll take the trade in all five. So we should get about a five trade entry on the next one here. That would have been a really nice one too, because that looks like it probably would have been a winner. Let's take a look. So we can use this little guy up here. It's got a ruler. And we always we paint the cross indicator on the chart where it was going to take that trade, and wherever the cross is, we actually take it.
Order filled.
Let me check out the cross to make sure I didn't change anything there. I did.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Okay. Yeah, I had the cross on one bar
Order
delay, and that doesn't belong there. You won't want it on one delay. Sometimes after hours, I trade and I sometimes trade on a 15 range. You know, when the volume's lower, it's good to maybe throttle down on the range over here. So I trade on a 15 range when the volume's low, and I do a one delay on the bar for the cross.
Order filled.
So our cross indicator is really flexible. You can move it around to get yourself in the right position. Black gold is blowing up again.
Order filled.
Woo! Black gold's up 600. 420. Here we go. 420. Just made cannabis a different schedule. It's not a violent drug or whatever they called it before.
Order submitted.
Okay, let's measure that move though. If we would have been in on
Order
the
filled.
second bar, so you can change. You know, everything's flexible in our software. That's kind of the cool thing about like buying a lifetime is you have it, you know, forever, and you can, you know, learn how all these different features work. You know, we keep developing new features, but we don't really, you know, test them to the max because there's, you know, all kinds of new things to mess with. But, you know, one of them in there is how many trades you want to use for your AI model to work. So you know, we only have it set, I believe, at 10 right now, but you could use 100 or 1,000. So you know, some of those things are really neat to have in the background and have settings to change over time. So just looking at that move that we saw, it looked like it was about a 94 ticks. So the 1 day pass it requires 62 ticks.
Order
So
filled.
that would have made it through the 1 day pass. There's the 1 day pass for black gold. Let's go. All right, Steve's got the haymaker. Let me reset it, Steve. Anybody else want to jump in with a strategy? You can pick any of these strategies that you think will make the most money from now till 11. And if you pick the right one, I'll send you a $25 gift card. Or in Rue's case, I sent him 50 because he was such a good client. He's been with us since day one. All right, Toby. Toby 6 in a row. Way to go, lucky Toby. We had to rename him. He already has and I always laugh about this. Everybody has 5 names. Toby's got 6 now. He's lucky Toby. Toby, which one you pulling for today? I won't send you a gift card if it makes you feel bad. All right, Scott's going with the bot. Signal B bot. This isn't the market for the bot, I don't think, Scott, but you could surprise me. We tend to use Signal B when we got a good trending market. We'll see. Sometimes these trends come out of nowhere. Don't realize them until you stretch the chart out, you know, for a day or two, and you're like, wow, huh, I didn't realize it was going straight down or straight up. Toby, CL Signal A bot. if you guys are out there, oh yeah, I need to share this, jump this disclaimer in real quick. So all these trading opportunities or signals that I'll share here today are for educational and demonstrational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and or nor is anybody on my team. If if you trade in the futures, there's heavy duty risk. Most traders lose money, so if you would want to take any trades, please research it and ask any questions of financial advisors. All right, so Toby's pulling the CL. Toby, I should trade the CL. I just don't trade it very often. I think I have a few times here on live, but I don't know. I've been trading the NQ for so long. I have a hard time watching any other ones.
Order filled.
Tell you what, Rue's made a ton of money with CL, and yeah, I haven't got into it, but I should. And the results we're seeing, I just, it's got my attention more than it, never has. I'll write these down real quick. One more congratulations to Kevin. I was just looking up through the chat there. He made it past the $50,000 eval this morning with the CL. Way to go, man. Yeah, those are fun. I call them haymakers, man. You hit one haymaker today. Sometimes you get knocked out. Sometimes you're still standing. Scott's pulling for the NQ, signal B. Bot. Okay, great. Steve's got the haymaker. All right, in the ring. Who's jumping in the ring? Okay, so we got a trade already going. I don't want to change them. So let's just see what positions are in already. Wow. Got a big leaderboard this morning. I haven't even taken a trade yet this morning. Just got it loaded though. We got the trade loaded, and it will jump in when it's got the right setup. That's one thing that you might take a little getting used to is, I used to look at every price movement as an opportunity to take a trade, but with the auto trader, it's a little more selective. So it'll miss some moves, but it's designed to try to look at the data and intercept huge amounts of mathematical modeling that we're not doing in our heads. So it'll look like we miss opportunities here and there, but overall it's consistent. That's at the end of the day, the difference. So the other one, CL signal A.
Order filled.
And if you're just joining us and you have our software, my numbers may be a little different. I got a little bit of a late start this morning. Probably turned it off and on a few times too. when you have some Apex accounts that you make it through the eval, like Kevin did today, and quite a few people, I think Steve and a few other people did on Friday, you have to disable your communication to get the Apex accounts to flip over. So I've disabled communication a few times this morning, but I think from what Rory and Sergio said, the GC Signal B was the lead dog early this morning. So let me load another one up here. Why don't we try to trade the gold, black gold here, black gold. Let's see. Is that the? So yeah, kind of just my choices for kind of just how do I use the system. I love to get it set up just like this, and I always keep the total P&L rising to the top here. If you click on this and like double click it, I guess, and you can just click it like 3 times. It'll kind of shuffle the deck and bring the one that's making the most money to the top. So those are the ones that I call them. They're tradable, right? They're in the market making money right now. So those are which ones are the best ones. It's the ones that are making money right now. That's like, I don't know how to make it any easier than that. So that's why I think the first thing I do when I want to try to say, is this thing valuable or not? Is there any making money right now that I could just go right here to the account and just switch it to my live account and hope that it's going to go in a similar direction, right? There's no guarantees once you flip the switch, like I do too. When I turn it on, it's like, what? I can make the whole market move the other way? Wow, I'm super powerful. Yeah, I don't know. So we're all super powerful for some reason in our own weird ways, I guess. But that's the way that I recommend that I trade it. And so that's the way that I've looked at it, and I've been trading this NQ haymaker for probably 6 months now. So I don't I don't really have a hard decision of what to trade for me, because I've done it for months on end now. So, but if I would get the new system, I would put it in sim, put them all enabled, and we have an amazing amount of data that you can look at in this trade performance window. So if you click that trade performance right here, it will take you through every trade, every single trade that the system took, and you can start to really dig into the ones that are consistent between watch times. You can get right down into the nitty-gritty of it. So I'm starting to hear my little chirp. This is kind of my dinner bell, I call it. My dinner bell's going off, baby. Let's go. So we just entered a trade here. This was this one's running these accounts right here. So we're running 11, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. These 5. We jumped in this one right here. So it sensed that the market was going to take one more run at it, and we had the 50 in alignment. So we got in this little trade right here, and I forgot to change the amount of contracts. Ouch. So I I have 1 contract, unfortunately, instead of 10. It should have been trading 10 contracts, but it's trading 1. Your guys will trade 10. This one I had at 1. Yeah, it's a good looking trade right here. It moved up nicely. Had the trailer tighten up the risk on the trade. So now if we do lose this one, we'll lose maybe looks like $100 or so instead of the 250 that we started with. Black gold took another run up, didn't it? Looks like another nice run. Wow. Look at the gold move up. Man. Look at all those green crosses. I call those juicy entries. Those are juicy. Oof. Oof.
Order
Nice
filled.
runs. Okay, so we had a little loser on that one, and that's good though that I didn't have the full contracts in there moving that I wanted.
Order filled.
So let me go back into this one. Edit this guy. This is the amount of contracts that we can trade right here. So on this one, we want to trade 10 contracts and try to move the entire amount on one trade. Well, we got close on that one. John, I don't know if you noticed, I didn't get one trade earlier either. So let's kind of try to take a look together and see. So now we just got this short roll here on this trade. So it's another haymaker trade here, John. So you know, every time you see the cross on the chart, obviously you'd be looking for a trade there. So some things that that I noticed here on this one that happened.
Order filled.
Let's see. On this one, when we went in the first time, edit the strategy.
Order submitted.
You might want to take a look at, the key parameters are this one, the times. So you just want to kind of make sure that the times are within the window, and that you have your values set there so that it can make it up to the 1 day pass. This would be the settings for this, and then are you getting trades on other strategies? That would be the other question.
Order filled.
Well, we got zonked there. We missed that one. That one did a bout face on us there. So I'm going to reload the gun. We'll get her loaded with number 25. We toggle this thing, and we set number 26, 7, 8, 9. And we go here and this just change this one account. And we're going to take this long trade if I can get in time. So it's seeing this price push up, and then it's putting the cross on the chart, and as soon as this candle closes, it'll take the trade for us. The way I've been doing it, I've been using about 3, 4, 5 on one trade. But then when I get to my PAs, I typically use about maybe 2 or 3. Not quite as many.
Order filled.
Looks like we're getting about to back to 18,900. Looks like we set an all-time high again over the weekend, or maybe this morning.
Order filled.
I don't think it's made it to 19,000 yet, though, has it? Anybody seen 19,000 yet?
Order filled.
Let's get an account working on black gold. This one's super hot. Let's put a PA account on it. Let's go with number 106. So I've got an account here. I wanna put the black gold on it and just kind of walk through that process. So over here in my strategies, I've got them all here, and some faster ways to sort of get there is to double click up here on the account name, and I go from the top down, just kind of get them alphabetical, and then the black gold's kind of living right there. So to get this black gold on my PA account here, I just disable. Sorry, let me show you this on the side. It looks like my this is the control center, and what I'm doing is I'm going down here to strategies, and I wanted to disable the black gold so I could put it on my PA account there. So I disabled it by unchecking the box, and now I right mouse click and I go to edit strategy. Now down here I need to think about my PA account, right? My specific PA account. This one, it's at about 2,600, and I need to get it back up to 3,000. I've had it to 3,000 before, so I think I'm on day 5 or 6 on this one. And so yeah, that's kind of a as you do these prop accounts and you have several, you kind of gotta keep track of each one individually, especially once they're in PA zone. So it's kind of like a nurturing process. Got to keep close attention to them. But anyway, this one I need about $400 or $500 more. So I don't really want to take huge swings on this one. I want to kind of keep it under control. I'm thinking maybe $1,000 would be plenty, and I don't mind risking 500 on it. So the amount of contracts that I want to trade on this one is probably 2 or 3. I'll go with 2. And I'm just want to use the same settings. Black gold's been crushing it, so I don't want to change anything. I just want to change the account. Instead of putting it in that account, I want to put it in my own. Number 106. That was a rock and roll radio station when I was growing up, Q106, Lansing, Michigan. Okay, cool. So we got this thing loaded, and we'll just put her to work there. So just hit the enable button, and now the next entry that the black gold takes, my PA account takes with it. And it's going to be a little while too, unfortunately, because price needs to come way back down and then go back up, more than likely to take a trade, because it's only going to take, it looks like, long trades today, because that's which way the 50's moving, at least for now. So we'll see. We'll get that one loaded, and kind of load some more here in the side. I want to do a little quick eval of what I've got going on in my accounts. Like I said, you gotta take a look at each one of them individually, and see how many days you've got and how many more days you need to go, and continue to balance risk and reward all the way to payday, so you don't get too greedy or not, I'll say, aggressive enough for me. So kind of have my own little gauge to keep them moving. So Gabriel didn't get any trades today. And none, obviously none out of all of them. That's one thing. So when I hear that, I'm thinking communication. So the things I look for when I don't get any trades, I usually call Sergio. But you know, and that's what we have Charles for too, Gabriel. If you don't know Charles, how to get his message or get a calendar link with him. He's in Discord there and Problems and Solutions channel. Up there at the top, there's a like a little pin, old-fashioned push pin. Click on that, and we've got his calendar pin there. But you know, the few things that I could try to troubleshoot with you would be trying to disconnect and reconnect your communication. The something to consider here is I have several of them configured, so I can kind of flip over to my live NinjaTrader brokerage account. That's this one, Continuum. This one's the prop accounts, and then I have a TD Ameritrade account as well. So you might want to make sure that you're I'll say on your right account if you have several like I do here, and then look for the green the green circles. This turns green when everything's live and kicking, and then the other thing what I would look for after that is that when I enable these guys over here, that this text turns green. It starts out black when it's disabled, and then when it's enabling live and kicking, it turns green. So those are kind of the quick ones that I know. Always restart too. If you disable communication, shut down Ninja, restart it. Those are always with electronics. Reboot it, always reboot it constantly. That's always the first thing. Restart everything.
Order submitted.
And the reason that is those files get confused somewhere. Yeah, I know. Steve and I call Sergio, Charles, Rory.
Order filled.
I'm the trader. They're the experts. So out there, if you guys would
Order filled.
put in the chat what your best strategy is if you own our software. Like to see what's hot on your machines. I missed the gold signal B, I guess. I don't know if it's still doing good on your guys or not. I had the bot up here for a while. Oh, okay, my drone's still, I guess, hanging around. And the bot. Okay, so they're both up a couple $100 here. $100. That's the other thing to consider with the software is, each one of these is trading one contract. So, if you're doing the, the 1 day pass, we're trying for 10 contracts. So that's a significant difference in, profit or loss. It goes quick. So when you see these numbers, if you times them by 10, it's a totally different number.
Order filled.
And it goes in the other direction too. I wish there was one-way trading. It'd be less exciting though. Okay, Scott, thanks. So you're looking like Signal B's up 471 and his YM Signal A's up 370. Those are his top two. Okay, looks like I got the YM Signal A's up about 550 or so here. That's about somewhere in the neighborhood. And I do have the, I do see the signal B bot as well, NQ. There comes the drone. Okay, good. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to participate in the CL anytime soon. That's the other part about, kind of one of these instruments is, kind of waiting for the trade. They're good ones when they get in. This one had a nice run right here. Take a look. So we got the cross there. We'll enter on candle close. Looks like 27 ticks so far. Now the CL, we push the boundaries of the trade. I think we're 6-1 on this one.
Order filled.
Risk to reward, so you can lose 5 in a row and then hit 1 and still be even. That's a nice option. We didn't get across on this short here because the 50 was a little bit too solid green at the time, so we didn't get a trade. Typically, every time this yellow line goes in and out of either the green or the red, only if the 50 is in alignment. So this solid line here wasn't in alignment with it, so it didn't take the trade. The idea there is we're trying to keep us out of bad trades. That's the idea. Does it always work? No. Right there's one. Looks like it pushed the 50 down enough at the time to take the trade, but it pulled back and ran back away to the upside. So this is volume here, so it looks like we're
Order filled.
a little low on volume. Yeah, one of the best things to look at, kind of, this is an auto trader, but you want to try to take your best shot, right? If you have a couple of swings, throughout the day and you want to take your best swing, you want to get into a market, in my opinion, that has, significant volume, but not too much, because, at 10 o'clock when it just, it's just sort of like a coin toss, I guess, more than anything, but it really eats you up quick because it's so erratic. But the markets that seem to be about our sweet spot are maybe 3,000 contracts trading a minute. So we just kind of watch this number and see where it comes in at.
Order submitted.
Haven't been able to identify a certain number that is better than the other. Like we know that low volume's bad. So it looks like that one was maybe only 1,500 contracts a minute. That's really low volume for this time of day.
Order submitted.
And the price really matters too on volume. What you'll notice if price gets near, we call it a volume zone or a support or resistance area, the volume increases, dramatically. So when price is kind of, I'll say, hovering between, right now in this case, this blue line, which is a support line that the software draws, or this is a resistance line. So anytime you're sort of in the middle of those, volume kind of slows down, so it's not a huge concern. But once if price gets really low to this, volume zone, we should see a huge pickup in volume where people are thinking that's a great deal on that contract. Let's go get it. That's the idea or premise behind this. Deploying the 1-day pass. Come on. So if we can get a really good push up here, okay, good. We'll get this long trade here and see what happens. Let's go lucky trade. 1-day pass haymaker. Uh-oh. Gonna have to get a little bigger push there in our direction to jump in. Well, this trade's kind of looking at entry here. If it can get in the positive direction, I think I want to put a PA account on one of these here, maybe the Dow Diamond or the bot here, one of those two. Suzanne, good morning. Suzanne, are you coming from Canada? All right, we jumped in the ring here.
Order filled.
Had a big pullback when we jumped in. We'll see if we can sustain. Let's go, haymaker. We'll get a PA account on this on the YM too. That's one I really never trade hardly either, so I want to kind of see what that's about. It's been doing really well. It was on our top 5 last week, so it's getting the right movement. Okay, so in this trade we're looking good. We're sitting at about 1,200. It's the 1-day pass, so we're trying to get to 3,100.
Order submitted.
Our system's semi-automated, so you're able to, drag around your stop if you don't feel comfortable with it coming all the way back. Just close it down. Take all the risk off the table, or go ahead and give yourself a little nugget here. In the PA accounts are really important to do that as well. If you read the rules, they want a semi-automated system, and they want us to be consistent traders. So that's the idea, is that we're following rules. There's nothing better than automation for rules, by the way. It's the best error proofing on the planet. So we use the rules that they give us to try to make some money together. So that's the goal. And we'll see if we can jump up here into the profit window. Boom, baby, got the all right, the 1-day pass. Let's go. We just knocked one out. Way to go, guys. There we go. We got 5. So we flipped over 5. They're quick ones. Using the trade copier and the haymaker. So the haymaker jumped into this trade right here for us with 10 contracts, and we went ahead and rode that trade up for 62 ticks. Way to go! That trade didn't look like it was gonna make it. We had a lot of low volume activity there, but looks like we got on the coattails of a good one. So that was a nice looking trade. The haymaker 1-day pass. Beauty. Okay, so
submitted.
now, typically what I do is, there you go, Rory Powers. Just, toggle those guys off and move on for the next trade. So, I wanted to put a PA account on the YM. I've never done that before, but it's a market that's hot. So I'm not that picky about making money. I don't mind if it's called NQ or YM as long as it seems to be consistently making money. So the YM looked like it was doing good last week too
Order submitted.
on my results. Yeah, good question, Suzanne. Yes, your question's like, okay, cool, so you can make it past an eval. Now what? Now what are we gonna do? Um, so yeah, I put a PA account strategy in the spreadsheet. I typically use something along those lines. So that's the ATM, Suzanne, that I use right now. If I go down and look, and I do extensive data analysis, when I'm not on live, but when I look at the data, the for all the NQs, so I've built myself a war chest of NQ strategies to try to come up with the most consistent one for a PA, and kind of my leaders right now are like. I'll see if any of them are here on my leaderboard today.
Order filled.
So the one I don't see is it's an NQ 30 range, and it's the one I have in the spreadsheet. It's a S20, and it trails by 20. So it's really 20, 20, 20. That's kind of been the best one that I've been able to use for the PA, but I use it in certain times too, and that's what's on the spreadsheet. So certain times of the day, you kind of try to pick the best of the best once you come to the PA zone, and try to keep them moving in the right direction. So today I'm trading the black gold with a PA account, because if you look at almost every week in the results that we put in Discord, black gold is somewhere in the top 5. I think 1 week out of the last 4 or 5 it wasn't, but it's been on a really good move. So I'm trading that on a PA account right now, and just kind of adjust. I just kind of did the analysis before you joined, I believe, but I'm at 52,000, call it 400. So I still need $600. I've actually been up to the payday on this one before, so I'm on day 4 or 5, I think, somewhere in that range, and I need to just move it back to the 3,000 to get the paycheck. So each one of them have their own, I'll say, analysis you need to do to kind of decide what to do for that day. This one's at 55,000, so it's well into payday. So for this one, I just want to make a small trade on it at some point, just to keep another day under our belt here. So every one of them kind of have their own little things I need to do. I've got quite a few new ones down here that I need to move the needle on them. So I'll do, when I first get them, I'll do 10 contracts and try to get them over 1,000 quick, and then get a little more conservative. I take a big swing at first, and then hope I can hit that one, and if not, I get rid of it quick, and don't labor over it. So there's 100 different ways that you could do them. Those are kind of the ways that I've been doing them. So we got 5 and we lost 5. That's the way the ball bounces, as they say. I wish I could get 10 and lose 0, but it doesn't rare. That's rare. You never know. That's the thing. So we wanna do, when I'm, right now I've got these fresh PAs here. I'll show you what I do. This is what I want to do. So I'm going to do 3, and I want to I want to try to get some good ones. 3 quick, $1,000 ones, which sounds maybe arrogant. I don't know. But I just want to try to take 3 of them to 1,000, and then work on them slower. If I lose them, then I wish I wouldn't have, but I don't have to, try, one contract forever and, take more time and still have a similar result. That's kind of what I always think about. What is the end in mind? The end for me is a paycheck. So how can I get there the quickest and not get tripped up? So it's a balance. So for me, I try like 3 right now at first. And again, I always use like the Haymaker. That's the one I use, but I've got these other ones that are the Haymaker versions, the PA ones. So I'm gonna go get it. And let's look at the results for it today so far. These are all the ones that I was mentioning that I've built. So this one's really just a stop of 10, target of 5. Trying some. I think people have called them scalping trades. I don't know that that's exactly what these are, but anyway, the stops and targets are smaller than obviously the Haymaker. So I'm just trying to see here. It looks like we've lost a lot of those trades right out of the gate. So, going lower is probably better. What I do in the data analysis, I look at the win rate. I look at the win rate. So if it can be profitable and have a really good win rate, that's the one I tend to trade. That's where the S20, here, this is the one, not this one, this one. This is the one that I've been trading on the PA accounts for the most part. I don't stick to anything forever. I'm always trying new things, but that's the one I tend to try at first here. So we're going to do this one. And I'm going to just kind of take a look at my settings. Again, there's one built for you in Discord that you could use, and that's what I'm setting up right now. But again, it's a PA account, so you kind of want your own parameters that you're going for. I'm willing to try to go for $2,000, and so the smart move here is 1,000 a day. Try to make 1,000 a day because the 30% rule. So we're going to try to make 1,000 today on this one. And the drawdown on these accounts is 2,500. So I'm going to go for it. So now I got to just negotiate with myself and say, how many contracts do I want to really do here? So I want to get 20 ticks, and so I'm going to go for a big one. Go 10 contracts. I like the way all that looks, and now I just set my leader account up here. I think it is 125.
Order filled.
Yep, 125 is going to copy to 126 and 127.
Order filled.
Wow. Okay, so got it enabled now. So now it's live action. This one right here is, if we do get a trade on the NQ, we'll go ahead and jump in with this one as well. 3 of these.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, anybody making any money out there? Put it in the chat if you are. And if you're losing, let us know that too. Remember, that's the most important thing. Sometimes people put in Discord, I know you should keep showing how much money you're making, but how much are you losing? Of course, we're losing money too. These strategies don't only win. Right now, this is the leaderboard, and those are the ones we focus on. Those are the ones I want to trade with my live account. I don't want to trade any that are losing. So that's what I look at, is which ones are making money. Right now, and it looks like black gold. Black gold's been hot for the last 4 or 5 weeks for sure. The haymaker is always the one that I trade. Looks like it's doing decent today. Wow, impressive. We got 3 one-day passes right in the leaderboard. So one thing to consider with your one-day passes is we're trading 1 contract, but if you're trading 10 like we have in the spreadsheet, this is really 3,000. You add a 0, so it's not 300, it's 3,000. This black gold's at 1,900. If you're trading 10. And then this is $790, even though it looks like $79. But when you trade 10 contracts, it multiplies it out. Good showing today for the auto trader.
Order filled.
If we can get enough pullback here in this this RSI line, this yellow line here on the chart, the chart there that you see is the RSI line, and the requirement for the strategy to take a trade, for the haymaker here to take a trade, is unfortunately it's got to come down into the red zone there, and then pop back out. So it's sensing momentum. It's a momentum trade, really a counter trend trade for the most part. Momentum shifts, and that's what I've been trading really for the last probably 10 years is momentum. I was trading shares of stocks for probably 10 years with my phone, doing it on Fidelity app every day. The high flyers, the ones that were making big money. So those were the ones that I was messing with. But since I got into the futures and found these momentum indicators, that's my sweet spot. I want to go with the flow. Where's all the money going? Just grab on. Let's go. Yeah, everything goes in trends, it seems like, Toby. I haven't, it's hard to say that one will make money forever. It doesn't seem like that. It seems like they come and go, and depends on where you get on the ride at. That's the way I look at it. Where are you jumping on at, the roller coaster, in the bottom or the top? And you never know. You never know.
Order submitted.
That's why I always call it a tool. It's a tool. Is the hammer right every day? Nope. The haymaker? Sometimes it's the black gold. Yeah, that's why it's cool that we have, strategies and all these different instruments, is so that, sometimes the best fishing hole isn't the NQ. Sometimes the best fishing hole is the YM, an instrument that I wouldn't even really trade or even know how it's trading, but we have these strategies here behind the scenes, and if it's doing good on your machine, there's chances that if you flip it over and switch the account, that it, hopefully it'll continue for a while. That's the idea.
Order filled.
All right, so on the NQ, we're just kind of holding tight, unfortunately. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Order
He was in
filled.
the ring hanging out, and then all of a sudden something slapped him. Got him slapped. Uh, what's going on here? I must have moved. Oh, I'm sorry. I moved that over. Jeez. All right, NQ's kind of hanging out. It's pushing up to those highs again. What do you guys have as the high here? It looks like on my machine it's somewhere around,
Order filled.
I guess that, is that one? No, here we go. Ooh, 18,980 is what mine's showing. All-time high. The NQ Futures Instrument. Wow, that's impressive.
Order filled.
It's like we're living in the future. Get to tell all your friends and family that you watched it hit the
Order
all-time
filled.
high. Okay, we're getting close to the AI Auto Challenge. We've got a couple of participants here looking at a gift card heading their way. Steve picked the Haymaker. Toby picked the Signal A bot. Let's see, where is that? Oh, I thought that was the YM Signal A bot. Okay, never mind. 30 range Signal A drone. There's the bot. No, that's the B bot. Okay, Toby's looking at $100.
Order filled.
Steve's looking at the Haymaker, 380. Scott was a Signal B bot. Drone. Oh wow, right there in the middle. Oh, we got a little bit of a dogfight going on here. Oh, speaking of that, I had quite a real special weekend here in Miami Beach. We had a land and air show. So it was the military putting on a land and air show. So I got to see the Coast Guard and helicopters and fighter jets. And not only that, so I served in the Army right out of high school for 4 years. And I was able to go over to Germany for 2 of them. And I worked on an air base, but I was in the Army, but I worked on an air base. We had Patriot missiles that we were defending, the F-16s. And they were here. The Patriot missiles were set up right down here in Miami Beach. So I was able to go see them up close again, and kind of all the hardware and the equipment on display, and meet some of the new soldiers, and give them a fist pound, and it was pretty cool. So I had a really cool weekend here. It was a real surprise. I didn't realize that was going on. So on Friday when I was trading, I kept hearing the jets. I was like, what the heck? Hope there's no, BS going on around here, because I've seen, sailors and Marines and everybody hanging out in the area, and we've had, all kinds of action down here because we got the Port of Miami and stuff. So I knew there was something, but that's what went on. I had a really cool weekend. All right, Gabe's in the ring there with a 2-minute. NQ 2-minute. Gabriel got a trade. Awesome. So it is taking some trades now. I like that name. Sounds like relaxation. That's a cool name. I've heard people ask in the chat how to change your name. It sounds like you have an awesome way to know how to change it. If you would drop in the chat how to change your name. Some people were asking, I think on Friday. I don't know how to change mine. I don't know where that name comes from. But if you can tell people in there, easily, where to go to change their name, if you could, that would be awesome. And then you asked the question there, how do I pick what bot to trade? Is it just random or pre-market or yesterday, or, kind of what is my strategy personally to trade? And, other people, you'll have your own strategy. There's, the way that I've been trading it now, we've had this software available for just a little over a year now. So we've been making, a lot of improvements over time. We've got now an AI model back there behind the scenes in a database working. And those are the bots, these bots that live out here, the ones that we actually call bots, are taking, the information from a drone. I don't want to get into too much of the minutia there in mathematics, but anyway, the best way that I tend to say, okay, if I'm, just bought the system
Order
for
submitted.
$3,000 or whatever the price is, how do I get value out of it? I would, ask you to, enable them, obviously, and Charles we do a white glove install, put this whole thing on your machine for you, kind of, give you pointers of how to turn it on and how it works and, all the ins and outs. But, once it's like, game day, what I would do is, enable all the strategies, and he'll show you how to do that. And then I go to this tab here. This is called the Accounts tab. Let me bring over this thing. I see that it's hidden a little bit. This is called the Control Center. And I bring over the Accounts tab, and I always double click on total. So every strategy that we have doesn't make money every day. Just so you know, we have quite a few losers. What we focus in on is the winners, the ones that are making money. The ones that are, you said, do you do, today, yesterday, is there some rhyme or reason? I have my own, favorites. I love trading the NQ in the 30 range and the Haymaker. I've traded this strategy for months. I just kind of, look at the market and, see if we've got a lot of action. Are we getting some good movement? And what I mean by that is I make some measurements. I don't just look and wonder. I look at where our entries are. We put these crosses on the chart as entries. Let me open this chart better for you. You can basically reverse engineer success with this system. You can really design your own money machine. I know we say that and it sounds, cliche maybe or unrealistic, but you can reverse engineer it. So you can go in here to this little ruler, and we put on the chart where the entries would be. And again, this one did take this entry for us, and we made $3,000 on this trade. But we enter at candle close. So as soon as the green cross, and in this case it was a green cross, popped on your chart, we take that trade at candle close, and we can measure how high price got. So in this case, we could have been greedy and, lucky and whatever else, and wrote it up for 138 ticks. We took our profit at 62 ticks, but it kept going in our direction. So the perfect setup would have been 138 ticks on that trade, is how far that move made it so far. And from where we bought at, up to now, it still hasn't went below where we bought. So we would still be positive. But you can, if price does come against you, you can measure your loss too, or how far price came back on you before you needed to go in a positive direction. So all these things are measurable, and we give you the keys to the castle over here with the strategies. We give you the ability to go into them and modify them.
Order submitted.
So if you see a setup that in your mind is better than the entry that we're taking, you can easily, by the click of a button, add another filter. We call them filters, to keep out the trade. So you can add in more filters. You can take away filters to get into more trades. Right now, kind of the main filters that I have deployed on this robot are, I want to make sure that the trade goes in the direction of the 50. So our 50 moving average is the solid green here. and I don't want to take a trade into it. You know, it just seems reckless. So we make that one of the requirements or a filter that we will not take that trade unless it's in alignment with the 50. So there's a lot of things that we have at play, and I really look at the accounts tab, and whatever ones are making money, they're making money, you know, right now. Why wouldn't I, you know, what would, can I change the entire market? Yeah, probably. Sometimes I think so, and I'm sure you do too if you're a trader and you've traded ever. You know, the minute you get in, it goes the other way. Like, wait a minute, it was just going up forever. Um, Anyways, that's just trading. I don't know any other way around that one. But you know, you can go into this thing called trade performance here, and if you'd get our system, highly recommend, you know, enabling them for 3 or 4 days, then going into this this right here called trade performance, and I'll show you kind of how that looks over here. It looks like we're going to go ahead and get a trade here. So I've got this this cross. When it pops on the chart, I've got a little sound enabled behind the scenes there that will tell me that it's going to take a trade. As long as, you know, as long as everything continues, as long as we keep enough room between this pivot up here, this this resistance line that the software drew, I need to maintain a distance there of opportunity space. So the system won't take the trade into a pivot, resistance line or support line, or we call them volume zones, where in the past there were a lot of sellers. So, you know, the system's smarter than, you know, just a 1 or 2 things. It's got a you know, a ton of parameters there that are all functioning together to try to, you know, try to get an edge on the market here. So if we take the trade, I'll flip it over. Okay, so we just got that trade.
Order submitted.
Go check out that account now.
Order filled.
So we do market orders, and as you're a market order purchaser, you tend to go out and pay the market price, which is the highest price at the time. So we'll get, you know, get pullbacks almost every trade we take. Okay, I see I had a couple more behind the scenes here working than I thought. So we're in pay zone on all those. I want to make sure and get out of that trade there for the I still had all these enabled here.
Order filled.
We're gonna get into payday on these ones. If I can get my head right here. Okay, awesome. Just made it
Order filled.
past payday on a few more there. Okay, so we'll go check out our trade that we got going on here. We're still about breaking even here, getting a little bit of a pullback. Hope we can sustain this one.
Order filled.
The price came right back on us there. So we missed that one. We got those other ones to stay up there. It's not the best, not the best place to trade. You know, we got a pivot kind of close to us, but we let it take that trade. It was in its zone, so it was a good trade. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Sounds like relaxation. I like that idea. I do that too. I have, you know, I've got a server, I've got a VPS, I've got two machines here in front of me. So that's a good way to do it as well. Is you know, kind of you know, keep your finger on the pulse of, you know, two machines there to make sure the data matches and, you know, things are looking consistent. Is a really good idea. Take a look at the leaderboard. I haven't looked there in a while here. So we have these accounts here that we passed over to the past the evals on the 1 day passes.
Order filled.
And then we've got some NQs that are rising up to the top, followed by my YM and then my CL Black Gold. The Dow Diamond's right behind it. Got that $50,000 1 day pass strategy doing real well. Got the Black Gold 1 day pass and Cash Cow. All right, Cash Cow showing up. I'll tell you, Cash Cow hot last week. It was my number one on this machine here. Yeah, Cash Cow number one last week here on my machine. And then one of the new Signal C's actually was number one. But it's trading all day and all night, so it's not really apples to apples yet. Signal C's we're running all day, all night to get some data, so we can pick the best windows of opportunity to trade it in. So we'll go ahead and look at the AI Auto Challenge, see who the lead dog is here on this leaderboard. Let me get the leaderboard up and see who I might have to send a $25 Amazon gift card out to. Steve was coming in with the Haymaker. Steve was calling the Haymaker. Haymaker's at 196 now. Toby was pulling for the NQ Signal A bot. Let me make sure he was NQ. No, it was CL. I'm glad I looked. Toby was CL, Signal A bot. So CL Signal A bots running 86 bucks. Haymaker's 196. And Scott was coming in with the Signal B bot. NQ Signal B. Right there, 124. Steve is the official winner of the AI Auto Challenge for today. Steve, way to go. Steve, if you wouldn't mind, I'll drop in my email address. If you could just drop me an email with, you know, saying, hey, I'm Steve. Will you send me the gift card to this email address, and I'll drop it in and head it your way. Okay, great. If you could, I'd appreciate you dropping me your an email message. Let me know, and I'll do the turnaround. All right, so we flipped over 5 today. That was awesome. We got the 1 day pass active. We lost 5 and we got 5, so we're 50%. That's not bad. We missed a PA trade there. That's part of the game. We'll wanted to just show a quick preview of the trade performance, just so you could kind of get your arms around it if you're new to us, of how how to look at the system, and maybe see which one's trading the best on your machine, and to go and validate the information for you. And I'll just get it set up over here and bring it over so you can see it without going through all these check boxes that I'm doing here. Gold. Wow. Okay, so just kind of go over a little bit about the trade performance. It's really one of the most helpful tools. If you buy our software, you go into new, click this trade performance right there. It pops open this window. This window now, you can go into these dates right here, and they're just pull downs. You can pick any date you want, and then any, up till any day that you want. So we'll go up to today. You hit generate, and it takes a minute, depends on your computer. It's doing a lot of mathematical computations there behind the scenes. And then you can click this little funnel right here. It helps you filter into each individual account. And then you have the options here of summary, analysis. I like analysis. That gives me the window into every day that it trades. So these are, from the time it starts its session till it closes. One thing to consider is, how much you turn off and on your computer, or whatever the case may be. So for example, I just clicked onto this one strategy called the black gold strategy that we have. And over the last, few trading days, it's up right here. Here are the numbers to focus on. These are the daily profit and loss on this column, and then these are the cumulative. So the first day that you looked at it, it was up 209. Okay, The second day it lost 850, so now it's down, down 650. The second or third day it made 2,600, so now it's at 2 grand. Anyway, so right now it's at 2,200 after whatever 7 or 8 trading days. So that's the way you can look at it. Another way that you can look at it is actually go down to the exact trades. So trade number 1 is right here. It entered at this price. It had exited at this price. Here's how much it lost on that particular trade. And so you can go trade by trade and see what happened on each trade. This one it made 800, this one it made 600, lost 90, lost 800. So you can go down to each individual trade even and see how the strategies are doing, trade by trade. And then you can, click on every one of them here. So it looks like the black gold today on my machine, it only took 1 trade so far, and it was a winner. It's made 190 bucks on this machine. When we go look at, so you can, just keep cruising through these to see where they, where they finish up at or how well they're doing. Another screen that's pretty cool to look at is the summary. So the summary here, you can, really break down. It's up 1,500 bucks right here over the time, this window. And it's called 40% of them correct, and we have the risk to reward heavily weighted in our favor. So even at a 40% win rate, we're able to make money, make $1,500. So you can look in here and dig right into the weeds of the exact trades. So that's usually what I recommend, is put them on sim for, depends on how conservative you are, 3 to 5, 10, whatever days that you feel comfortable. And then once you see one that seems like it's, you're liking, you just go to this strategies tab here and, disable it. Bring this over. You would just, here you can double click this one as well and get it to move up the strategy that's making the most money. So right now the one that's making the most is this Apex account that I used the 1-day pass on. It made 3,000. This is the next strategy that's made the most money on my computer since I enabled these. The minute you uncheck it, it resets on this tab, on the strategies tab. On the accounts tab, it doesn't change. It keeps the number the whole session, so the whole trading session. And then over here in the strategies to just, if I said, man, that one's killing it and it's been killing it, I wanna trade that one, I just unclick that. I then right mouse click, edit the strategy, and then just go all the way down to the bottom to up here where it says account. And that's where you can now, if you're trading prop accounts, they'll show up either, if they're PAs, they'll show up there. If they're evals, they'll show up at the top. And if you're trading your own Ninja Trader brokerage account, it'll show up at the top. Well, at least mine does. Mine's like numbers start first on my Ninja Trader brokerage account, so I assume yours do too. So we just move that to our live account, and then we hit OK, and we're off to the races once we click enable again. And it's now live once the green text comes into the screen, and as soon as it senses the right mathematical formulas come together, it'll take a trade for us. Okay, Holland asked a question there. Are these results performance of the system which it took the trade, or its performance for historical trades? Those are the trades that it took. I can show you the trade, for example, that this one just took, and we can look exactly into the trade performance of this trade and kind of see all these how these happened. So those are that was historical data all the way up till now. So That's what trade performance will do. You can you can click the dates of when you want to go back to or up to, and you can really do a lot of data analysis with this tool.
Order filled.
Nice, broke right through that pivot like it wasn't even there. Starting to push the all-time high again. Heading that way. All right, guys, it's 11:30. Appreciate everybody joining us today. If Rory, if you could, maybe if you're still with us, maybe drop a link in the chat if anybody wants to get a hold of us. But yeah, this is the AI Auto Trader fully automated system. Control center down here. Some of the charts that we trade. These are just fun backgrounds. You can right-click and change it to anything you want. These are pictures that we have, and you can have a black background if you like, or white or whatever. It's all flexible, and we give you this indicator on the chart. This is the indicator that tells you that it's about to take a trade, and you can use that as well for discretionary trading. I'll use that as a discretionary entry at sometimes. So when I'm watching the chart and I see a cross come on the chart, I might take a couple extra contracts if it looks like a nice juicy entry in some way, shape, or form. So it's a really good tool to use as an indicator for potential entries. But our system's fully automated, so it'll go ahead and jump in for you. This one took 10 contracts here, and it wrote it up for me earlier today. And these were these 5. So we tried it twice. We missed these ones. We missed 5 and we got 5. That's kind of how the one-day pass strategy went for us today. So all in all, a really good day. We had, I think, 2 or 3. How many people did we see in the chat here pass their accounts today? I'll go back up to the top. Kevin, way to go. Awesome. Steve, I owe you Amazon gift card. Steve picked the Haymaker today for the AI Auto Challenge. We do a challenge from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. You can pick your favorite strategy and see if it makes the most money. Steve won today with the Haymaker. The Haymaker came out with $184 in that 1 hour. So congratulations to those who have passed some evals today, and hope that more of us jump on the train there and get some paychecks. That's what it's all about, is trying to make some money and have some fun. So hey, we just jumped in again. We got another trade here. Maybe we'll see what getting this pullback on this one. Coming off this pivot here, it looks like. Oh, 106. 106 is running on this one. So we took a short roll on the CL here, and we'll kind of see this thing play out
Order submitted.
over time. This one gonna go slow. It's gonna go too slow for me. So we'll kind of see that trade play out, but appreciate everybody joining the AI Auto Trader today and checking it out. And if you haven't joined us yet, go check out rightlinetrading.com and take a look at the system. And hope to put you in a position where you can have some strategies making money every day. That's our goal as a team, is try to give you some strategies that are making money every day. And unfortunately, it won't be the same one every day, but the goal is that we have some that are consistently profitable and up there and can push you over the edge, especially with these one-day passes. So we had some pretty good performance today with the one-day passes. Looks like we got the RTY, the CL, the YM up there. We know that we had the NQ because we got a one-day pass on the NQ. So if you haven't joined these one-day pass strategies yet, it's fun. It's gets you into a high number quick, that's for sure. So It makes this thing really, really fun and exciting. Yeah, Holland. Holland just asked a question there. He said, so at the crosses, if they're set up properly, so I gotta, always put disclaimers, I guess, on that, though. The crosses are flexible, just like a strategy where you can click, different filters and all that stuff. So it's got to be on the right data series. Everything has to be, I'll say, correct. And what I mean by that is the cross settings need to match these strategy settings down here. So whatever strategy you're using to trade, you just want to make sure your cross settings match the strategy settings. And then wherever the cross shows up on the chart, you'll take that trade on the candle close. I don't think we have any of them entering within the candle, but we do have that option. I take that back, the NQ2 minute. I'm pretty sure the NQ2 minute we're entering within the candle, and actually the S5 minute too. So we do have an enter within the candle, and again, it's a parameter that's, I'll call it flexible. So certain strategies enter within the candle, some don't. So for the most part, I guess I shouldn't even say that. Probably 50-50. Enter within the candle and 50 don't. That would be my guess. So yeah, appreciate everybody joining today. And again, Steve, if you're still hanging around, send me your email address for your gift card. Everybody, enjoy your Tuesday afternoon and good luck trading. Bye now.